Ternyata nggak bisa dua, guys. Ini dia. Tadi kayak menengah ini apa maksudnya ya? Menengah premium. Anjir, kalah. Cuk, kenapa gue jadi kalahan ya? Wah, ini dia. Halo Bar, gimana? Mau sparring lagi? Terus dah, gue ngapus divisi dulu dah. Tuh gue dari tadi kalah mulu anjir. Formasi gue yang enak. Gak biasa pakai striker 2. Marco, gua butuh sayap kiri nih. Belum gacha, nanti gacha ntar. Ngecas. Bantu like dong, Bar. Komo. Tuh nge-love Bar, ini apa like yang tanda jempol gitu tuh. Gimana ya? Iya, nge-like gimana? Oh, nge-like di sini. Nah. Thank you, bosku. Gimana sih cara main biar jago anjir, gua kalah mulu, bos. Bete dah. Yang jadi streamer handal anjir. Cool Palmer, Saka. Ini ganti kali ya, di Marco ganti. Jeremy. Tim. Salah. Peran dalam laga Vanji kapten. Nendang bebas. Mana ikut apa nih? Mana ikut menyerang ya? Menyerang. Dari 2020 gokil. Lama juga. Gue tahu eFootball baru tahun ini. Lu nggak mau jadi streamer apa, Bar? Kita ini nanti kita duet. Kita apa ya namanya? Kita streaming bareng, main game apa gitu. Dulu masih berbayar. Oh lah, berapa harganya dulu?
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants of filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. He could be in here. It's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Well, I think it's good he took the opportunity to run at that back line. I'm sure it won't deter him either.
Palmer. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, there is David Villa, a player whose thirst for goals is unquenchable. One of Spain's finest ever strikers, Jim.
Yes, I think his record speaks for itself, Peter. He's far from just a poacher. I like the way he's constantly on the move, creating space for others, and he's got the creativity to play in deeper roles if needed.
De Bruyne. It has been a rather gentle affair so far. Has a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a... Oh, he's been caught on it here!
Apaan sih kok kesono lurus?
Mbappe.
Mbappe kayak lagi gacor nih.
Referee's
Sama
given a
main game
throw.
juga nanti dicek aja. Siap. Nanti gua subscribe. Main game ini, Bar. Overcooking kayak seru tuh. Tahu nggak lu game Overcook?
Now it's Mbappe. And it's De Bruyne. No luck with that dink over the top. First quarter of an hour gone.
Kosong.
So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Conte. Palmer. Alexander-Arnold. It's Bellingham.
Anjir kok nggak ada yang mau
Conte.
nusuk sih? Malah.
Mbappe. Possession football, Jim. We're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Palmer has a look and plays it forward. Now it's Doku. Doku going face-to-face with his great rival. Ruben Dias. Van Dijk. And it's Conte. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Haaland! Oh, denied brilliantly.
Haaland actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Channel buat
Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
mana nih Haaland? Susah sih.
Alexander-Arnold plays it short.
Boom.
And now they can spring out of defence. Kante gathers from the goal kick. Palmer. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Mbappe. Looking for options for movement. Hernandez. Has ended up in no man's land. That's a promising run he's making on the right. Ah, that's a fine interception. David Villa. He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. Not too many have the power or indeed the accuracy from this
Ya, nggak
range.
lihat gua.
Would he dare to have a go?
Wih.
Conte. It's Saka. David Villa. That is good strength. Bout of passing here. David Villa! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Kolong
And
dong.
here's De Bruyne.
Gila
Nice
dikolongin gua.
interception, well timed. Bellingham. Played out to the right.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Guys, yang nonton like dong guys. Kalau like ada 20 gue gacha nih.
There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Van Dijk. Now it's Mbappe. David Villa. He's got space in the area. There's the shot.
Gila, GG.
Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Doku. He's got away. Oh, that's a very decent ball now.
Anjir. Pergerakannya
Caicedo.
enak betalan.
David Villa.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
And he cuts out the supply. Doku. Saka. And the first half is done. It has
Otentik
been a
enak
half
bro.
largely of could-haves and should-haves. Perhaps the more impatient amongst the supporters will feel they're overdue a goal.
Pelan-pelan
They're
larinya
certainly not for the
otentik.
want of trying, so nothing to show as yet.
Dah, gue
At the
pengen ngapus
break,
divisi
it's
gua.
0-0. So they head in no further forward. The score
Bantu
here
like dong,
still
Vian, bantu
0-0.
like Vian.
So off we go once more.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Ya, kok sih?
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
No, he's just misjudged that one. Alexander-Arnold. Ruben Dias. Palmer. Now it's Bellingham. Saka is wide and looking to get onto this.
Anjir, kalah sama yang gratisan.
Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Caicedo. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Plays a delicate ball. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Strokes it back. Kante powering forward here. Haaland. Saka.
Anjir.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Well, we're still waiting for a goal to report here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Alexander-Arnold. And it's Van Dijk. And Hernandez. And still, we await the first breakthrough. Alexander-Arnold.
Anjir, gak kuat.
And he's been shifted off it.
Anjir, salah.
David Villa producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Kante kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Jauh banget.
Pedri. Saka. Saka will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. David Villa. And he was quick to react. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing.
Anjir.
Doku. Palmer. And it's Conte. Nice sequence of passes this. Haaland.
Haaland
That's
kaki
just
di
playing it safe
ditinggal, Cok.
and simple.
And here's Haaland.
Anjir.
Caicedo. Robertson. No, that's been intercepted. Bellingham. And here's Mbappe. And he's intervened well there.
Anjing.
David Villa. Robertson. Now it's Mbappe. David Villa.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Doku. Hernandez.
Ih, anjir.
Van Dijk. Oh no, this does not look good. He's picked his way through.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
David Villa.
This has been a better game than the scoreline suggests, and it really does merit a goal.
Haaland! It's loose. Oh, what has happened here? Keeper sees it all the
Kenapa nggak di
way.
TikTok aja bang live-nya? Agak males ya guys.
Well, the
live di
ball
TikTok.
just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey. Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Anjir.
Now the ball's gone astray. Alexander-Arnold.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
So that's it. It is all over.
Gue kalau live TikTok
So a
harus
tough one to
buka ini
gauge.
dong.
Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack.
TikTok
And
studio
the
lagi.
outcome inevitable.
Nantilah nanti.
Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall, I don't think anyone will be complaining too much about what they've got.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.
Anjir, 3 kalah. 1 seri. Anjir, permainan macam apa ini? Mbappe kayak lagi gacor deh. Banyak banget yang make Mbappe. Nanti 2:30 kita gacha ya guys. 2:30 kita gacha. MU, weh, lawan MU nih. Anjir, udah lama lagi. Ronaldo ya, Ronaldo. Ah, Saka bisa di kiri ya. Oke deh, kita mainin Saka di kiri. Ah, lama dia nih anjay. Guys, ini nggak ada yang mau nge-give apa guys? Buat kurban guys, buat kurban.
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack.
Yeah.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And already we're underway here. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Mbappe. Oh, he's got a side of goal. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Italy is the country of great defenders, Peter, and this fella, Alessandro Bastoni, looks very much in line to be its latest representative. Like, being an Italian defender, we all know he's very much from the school of no nonsense, but I really like his technique, and again, he's one of these centre-backs or defenders who can get his head up and just pick out a wonderful pass, 40, 50, 60 yards.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Oh, he's caught him there.
Merah.
Van Dijk. Palmer. White calmly anticipates. Nicked it back promptly. Oh, great ball. Tries a shot. Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
It's easy to say it, but difficult to stop it when runs in behind are being made like that.
Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And he's away. Great defending, strong and determined. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And here's Mbappe. Conte.
Anjir.
Brilliantly cut out. Still goalless at the moment. And the pass is intercepted. And here's Saka. Now that looks a decent ball. Goes to finish!
Anjir, ngeri kali.
Oh, he's managed to get it all
Gokil
wrong.
dia.
Ricky Puig deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
And that has left him in a heap. Doku.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable.
That's
here.
beautifully weighted. Saka! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Saka actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Conte. He won't be happy with that one.
Anjir, Cambiaso.
Costa Curta. Well, it looked promising, but the final ball is just not quite right. Doku. Mbappe. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Cambiasso. Hernandez cuts it out. That pass has been well intercepted. Kante goes on a run down the left wing. Pass somewhat off target. Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. And here's Saka. Oh, he's played it in low, and it's been given away. He's had a hit! Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. And that was as close to certain as can be.
It's a simple game. A striker's job is to find the space as often as possible, and he did exactly that.
Manchester United are in front now. The game's only goal.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Now it's Saka. Ruben Dias with the foul.
Apa ya? Kayak nggak sabaran gitu gue mainnya sekarang.
Well, that's cause for mild irritation. Saka powering forward here.
Yeah.
Conte. And Hernandez. Hernandez. Palmer. It's a good foot in there. Quality ball. Yamal. Mbappe. And here's Mbappe.
Mbappe really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, a very decent watch up to now, but just the one goal so far. It has been competitive and combative throughout.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Recordamos a nuestros espectadores que la tienda oficial del estadio está abierta entre semana y en días de partido. Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 20.
There's the start of the second half.
Serán sustituidos.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open. They've got to make this nice and quick.
The most accurate pass. Madrid do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
That's a shade optimistic. Palmer. Now, what about a counter-attack? Oh, that's well spotted. Lewandowski. Big chance!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Doku. Hernandez. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Doku showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And here's Mbappe. Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score. And obviously, he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
So, a genuine chance to increase the lead. He's having a good look here. Yamal! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Look at the space here.
Ah! Anjir.
Chance! Madrid still this single goal behind. Van Dijk is fouled.
Just down.
Looking for the run. Real chance! They've scored! Two up now, and they are cruising.
Ya Allah kalah.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough
marah-marah
through a very strong pressing wave.
Ya Allah, udah bete
It's
banget
starting
men.
to look very comfortable. We're looking at a very
jago banget
different
sih, guys.
game now.
Guys,
The
dia malah
command
jago banget ya,
has been
guys.
established.
Guys.
Yes!
Aduh.
And the lead is 3. It is surely done. Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame.
Guys, info
Mistakes
game
in
yang
those
itu dong.
areas are very punishable.
Gue vakum dulu dari kekalahan.
Manchester United find a position of real strength now. Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Bapuk banget
Perfectly
anjir.
measured that. There's the shot! Goal!
Gue satu kali kegolan terus ini anjir.
Surely now they are well actually
Anjir,
out of
anjir
sight.
guys, gimana lagi nih?
It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter. Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Guys, help me please. Aduh, kiri gua siapa anjir? Kosong lagi nih anjir.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Backnya banyak
Manchester
anjir.
United are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
To
Tuh
be
kan.
expected,
Tuh
Peter,
dia.
they've gone and stepped it up. Something they've been threatening to
Apa
do
pelanggaran
and will
lu?
continue to do by the looks of it.
Madrid needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Ih,
Rodri.
This is the time you need that pace.
That is a great
astaga.
kick out. Oh, he's
Buang
been
jauh
caught
anjir.
napping.
Fuck lah.
Madrid perhaps
Fuck lah.
wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. A noticeable change in the approach to
Yeah.
defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, and if they're good...
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Lewandowski.
Anjir enak banget ngambilnya.
White.
Enak banget ngambil bolanya anjing tinggal pakai kaki.
Yamal.
Ngambil bola pakai kaki anjing.
Rodri. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, smashing
Anjir.
header. Oh, it's a clear foul, and the referee's got a decision to make. The referee has given a free
Astagfirullahaladzim.
kick just outside the box.
Guys, lag dong, bentuk lag guys. Jadi gue main ek aja, kebiasaan gue kalau lagi pelanggaran gue, tangan gue kayak refleks ek. Untung dia mencet start anjir. Guys, udah nonton banyak guys, ini like dulu
Well,
lah.
you can't say now that he hasn't
Kalau
been
nggak mau
warned.
nge-lag,
Well, he knew what he was taking on
Sauer
there,
ke
Peter,
Sauer?
and special delivery from the ref.
Probably be looking to play it square from here. So who's he going to be aiming for here?
nendang siapa nih? Apaan sih nendang kayak gitu?
Alexander
Astaga.
Arnold must have known only his very best would even have a chance from that angle. It was very acute.
Oh, good read.
That was well
Oh,
played,
anjing.
well stopped. Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been
Mati lu
handcuffed.
Good spot. He's seen the run. Beckenbauer. White.
Anjir. Pak lu mati
Ricky
lu.
Puig.
Selengkat.
Cambiasso.
Ya.
Saka.
Gitu, nggak apa-apa.
Now it's Lewandowski. Oh, right place, right time.
Pemain baru kita nih.
And the shot!
Ah, gila, nggak apa-apa 1 gol, nggak apa-apa 1 gol.
And just like that, he's into double figures now. That is lovely. Finished with amazing expertise.
Bentuk leg, guys.
Oh, that's a
Guys,
measured
guys,
delight.
guys,
The
guys,
curl he
guys.
applied was immaculate.
Madrid
Ah,
paying for
cakep.
pride here. The match surely beyond them.
Anjir.
Cambiasso. Backward it hits one.
Apaan sih?
Now, who's going to be first to this? Alexander-Arnold. Palmer.
Ya elah,
White.
udah on fire tuh.
And that's
Yeah.
been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from
Nah,
him.
nice, nice. Ayo. Madrid yuk.
White gets across to intercept that. Messi. Cambiaso. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Lewandowski
Mati
is
lu,
the
anjir,
guilty party
kesel
there,
gua.
and he's going to have his name taken.
Guys, like yuk.
Bastoni. Oh, he's given it away. It's Lewandowski!
Gol cantik, anjay.
The skill and the confidence was just brilliant, and he showed both a quick head and even quicker feet.
Gol cantik tuh. Gol cantik harusnya
So is
3
this the
poin ya.
start of a
Jadi
comeback?
gua
Well,
harusnya
their
menang
manager
nih.
seems to have them always
Pas sama.
thinking about,
Oh,
Ah,
what has happened
pelang.
here? Yeah, he's found him there.
Pelanggaran anjir.
White. Beckenbauer.
Gue udah menemukan
Now
skill gue
what?
lagi nih. Anjay. Ah, capek deh, jarin anjir.
And time is
Fuck
up.
lah.
In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited and deserved to be.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening.
Di bawah langitmu. Kencing lagi. Guys, siapa yang setuju kita gacha, guys? Setuju nggak gacha? Gacha dapetin Muhammad Salah nih, guys. Like dong, guys. Like. Apa kita lanjut dulu ya? Cadangan kita harus naikin siapa ya? Gue butuh siapa ya? Valverde sih, gue butuh Valverde anjir. Ini Gabriel Sara kurang menurut gue. Terus Kukurela, ganti dulu Kukurela. Salah. Mainin Talisca nih. Gue kalau Talisca menang mulu, tapi kalau nggak ada dia. Messi. Aduh, jangan dulu deh, Messi deh. Victor Osimhen, dia bagus ini, lari kencang. Siapa lagi ya, guys? Udah itu dulu kali ya. Oke, lanjut. Push. Anjir, jelek banget kita. Susah banget nih, guys. Chicken fighter. Oke, chicken fighter. Sama-sama Virgil lagi. Oke, ini kunci kemenangan tuh, guys. Jangan sering-sering memainkan orang yang sama, guys. Soalnya kalah mulu. Nah, kita formasi ini aja, guys. Saka gue sakit. Tio mainin lu Tio dah. Oke, kita ngencing dulu bentar.
Thanks, new subscribers.
Sudahkah dia? Aduh, telat.
Well, hello, welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. Really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like a big game, it looks like a big game. Mind you, they all do at this ground. And already we're underway here.
Kuning sih. Wasit kenapa kuning? Astagfirullah. Emang dituspol sama Mbappe.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. It's a sweet ball that. Son Heung-min climbs up big.
Tangkep
Blocks. That's really
Kayak
good
lagi
defending.
menangkap ayam anjir. Astaga, sebentar guys.
Now it's Mbappe. Van Dijk simply refused to be outdone there.
Now here's a fine representative for the fullbacks union, Peter.
Astaga.
Yeah, it's going to be vital if he imposes himself early, I think, on that flank. He's got great quality on deliveries, as we know, and they've always been a massive part of his game.
Fagioli. Quality ball. That's a nicely measured pass. Now it's
Anjir gak kena
Mbappe.
dong.
He's picked, can he put it away? Oh, it's fallen loose again. A real chance and a real let-off.
Agak nyesel ya guys ngambil Martin Pais ya. Ih, kok situ sih?
Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Now it's Doku. He is through here.
Anjir, kakinya di...
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Mbappe. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
Sabar Kim, tenang please, tenang
And
please.
it's Son Heung-min. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Cakep, dapet.
Van Dijk. Now it's Doku. And no, that was never going to make it. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. He's through here.
Ah. Buang jauh.
Air Force Club have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Madrid yet to have an attempt on goal. Van Dijk. João Neves. Valverde. Valverde has been caught there. It's a foul. Talisca.
Oh,
And Thiaw.
sabar.
Van Dijk. João Neves. Valverde. Now it's Valverde.
Dapat. Ah.
He's got away.
Aduh.
That's going to go a long way.
Anjing, gak kena.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Valverde. He's had a go.
Anjir.
Oh, good delivery. Almost a perfect outcome.
Well, being able to generate that amount of activity in the box means it's hard not to pick someone out.
Ribery. Caicedo. We played through for the wide man. Hernandez. Now DiMarco. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Now it's Son Heung-min.
Offset gak
Now
sih?
it's Mbappe.
Min offset min.
Mbappe!
Aduh,
It's loose. Who's gonna get
Mbappe.
there? Oh, he's been caught on it here.
Sepi banget anjir. Sepi kosong. Anjir, arahan cok lemparannya.
Now it's Doku. Now it's Valverde.
Mbappe,
Doku unable to make it happen for
ngerem
all his good
Mbappe.
intentions. Thiaw gets across to intercept that. Mbappe. Hernandez. Conte. Here's Doku. Valverde.
Mbappe.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can
Yeah.
open up many possibilities.
Anjir, gak ada yang...
Son Heung-min. Great hit! That good spell, and he's following up! He's scored!
Kenapa nggak bulu?
Look, there are always tactical adjustments for any coach to
Harga
make
diri
at
gue
half-time.
dipertaruhkan,
But when your
anjir.
star man gives you a critical lead just before the break, everyone will be paying extra attention. It really is the ideal tonic.
Harga diri gue
It
dipertaruhkan.
was a great finish. He
Min.
put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
No other outcome
Mbappe,
there.
Mbappe,
That was
Mbappe.
bang in the corner,
Mbappe.
unstoppable.
Lewandowski. Ronaldo. Talisca ganti guys. Talisca ganti Palmer, Bellingham ganti. Aduh.
Substitution.
Referee's had a look and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, a
Harus
very
bisa
decent
ngegolin
watch up to
4
now, but
minimal, guys,
just
di
the
babak kedua
one
nih.
goal so far. It has been competitive and combative throughout.
Guys,
It's a
bantu
dressing
like
room
dong,
that
bantu like
needs
guys.
raising at half-time, because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to. And the game has already resumed
Anjing, ada
here.
bantuin kesini ya.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down. Hernandez. And that has put paid to that. Palmer. And that is expertly dealt with. He's in plenty of space here. There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Kamu nyundul ya? Pitak apa gimana pala ini?
Messi chasing after it. Palmer. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo tuh 0-4.
Air Force Club can breathe again. Just. Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Anjir.
Now it's Messi.
Gue lama-lama pegang bola nih, guys.
Messi hits one.
Gila.
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence. And he skips past his man.
Boom!
Oh, shooting chance!
Anjir, kagak gol.
Good try, very good try, in fact. Well, it was a confident attempt, and he made it look like a doddle the way he generated that power. Doku looking to get on the end of this. Well, it's good stuff. This is better. Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now. They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly. And that's been intercepted. That's great positioning. So good from him. Your impression so far, Jim? Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Ih.
Oh, played right into his path. He's onside. Big chance to get at them. Fagioli, Ribéry. Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch. Son Heung-min was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
Bellingham.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Spread neatly. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
Aduh.
Oh, super ball.
Ya, opernya ke situ lagi. Tai.
Bellingham. Madrid do have a chance to counter here. Driving forward.
Aduh. Temen gue mana nih, Cok?
And carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look. Yeah, the idea was right.
Yeah,
the delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on. Played back in. Cristiano Ronaldo. Just eases him off the ball.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
It's looking like too little. It's Son Heung-min!
Udah gacha kah? Belum.
Won it.
Son Heung-min has
Di sini kita gacha,
reacted
di sini.
in utter shock here. For him, the keeper has pulled off the impossible.
Air Force Club with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Madrid are looking to go forward now.
Ronaldo.
Well, from experience, I can tell you he'll get a lot of stick for getting that one wrong.
Palmer. Now it's Doku.
Ronaldo.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Ronaldo.
Palmer looking to penetrate opposition lines. And here's Bellingham. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Anjir. Nice, yo, Ronaldo.
The referee has given a free kick just outside
Guys,
the box.
kasih tau gue cara tendangan glaser, guys. Tendangan glaser gimana ya?
The final whistle is imminent, but I do think he'll allow time for this free kick.
This is about as perfect a free kick position as you could wish for.
Gol nggak sini, anjir Ronaldo. Guys, gimana nih guys? Nendang sendiri anjir. Kelamaan, suwe.
Nice bit of trickery. And here's Doku. Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves
Kelamaan
a
malah
free
nendang
kick.
sendiri.
The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. I think we've got just about enough time for this free kick. They're taking a moment to consider their options. And that will be it.
Kalah lagi.
Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest.
Apa-apalah, kalah terus.
So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
It's just a bad...
Oke, kita gacha ya guys, Cir, gila gue kalah mulu, cuman seri, ampun. Oke, gacha. Oke, gue lagi ngincer Muhammad Salah sih nih. Salah, kita klik dulu. Ya, klik 1 2 3 4 5 Bismillah ya Allah. Ya Allah. Bismillah. Biasa lagi. Gak serunya eFootball tuh kalau dapat pemain biasa ketahuan gitu. Gabriel. Oke, lumayan guys, Gabriel main Brazil. Back lagi, mantap. Oke. Ini dapat mana Gabriel ini ya? Forveran sih, gue ngincer ini sih. Rodiger sama Muhammad Salah, guys. Muhammad Salah nih. Sekali lagi nggak ya? Aduh, ada 6 kali kesempatan nih, guys. 1 2 3 4. Bismillah. Ya bisa, yuk. Aduh. Gak ada tanda ping anjir, bisa tuh kalau tanda ping bagus. Ya, Feren ke, Feren. Arkul. Aduh, namanya susah banget lagi. Karim. Abdul Poglu. Oke, lanjut sisa 5 nih, guys. Sisa 5, guys. Eropa. Oh, ini ada apa aja ya? Ini hampir 50, jelek. Beda. Tai. Rich, lumayan guys, lumayan. Oke, ntar lagi ya guys, kita main dulu guys. Kita main lagi guys. Apa nih? Dapat apa nih? Tim saya. Ronaldo ini nggak bisa tambah kekuatan ya. Jadi kita dapat siapa guys? Rich. Rich mana Rich? Ini dia. Bukan. Oh, ini nggak bisa ditambah ini ya. Bape. Declan Rich kita panggil ke tim senior guys. Mana Rich? Mana Rich? Ini bagus gak sih ini dia Gabriel Health. Declan Rich mana? Oh, ini kita panggil ke tim senior guys. Kita coba. Wih, 100. Nice banget loh DMF. Bisa ganti Kante nih. Kita kayak mainin Jamal gak sih? Sebelumnya kalau ada Jamal menang mulu guys. Kita naikin Jamal. Jamal 101 duit sama Bellingham kayak oke sih. Kita coba guys, Lawannya Red Bull. Ngapain anti Lewandowski. Ke belakang.
Madrid facing up to the biggest act of this season. It is the day on which they must deliver a real performance to ensure that their status remains unchanged. If they fail, they fall. Fabulous scenes here in Belo Horizonte in southeastern Brazil, inside the 46,000-seater Arena MRV, a true architectural marvel. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Madrid cannot consider the... No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul.
Oh, nice.
It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Well, that pass isn't the best. Musiala. Lewandowski is onto this.
Salah.
And claimed it back swiftly.
Gua ngapain ngoper anjir.
So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
This guy, Declan Rice, is a player I really rate. With him, you get exactly what it says on the box. A workhorse defensive midfielder who likes to stay in the deeper part of midfield, knowing his primary job is to make sure he shuts down any build-up play in that area.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Elise. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. Upamecano. Mbappe. Now that's well seen too. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Lewandowski. That's a fine challenge.
That's just playing it safe and simple. Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Gila Declan Rice bahwa dia
DiMarco.
boleh juga.
Rice. Musiala. Bellingham. Lewandowski. And the finish!
Cakep.
We've got a goal!
Emang gue butuh Jamal
and that
anjir.
has raised the roof. Survival
Jamal
now,
kita, guys.
very much on.
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Yeah, although that first goal is a welcome boost, they can't afford to ease off now. To do that would simply be inviting danger.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1. And Batistuta!
Anjir, Batistuta,
He's
gokil.
got a goal! And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less. Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
That has
Yeah.
certainly made things interesting.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Olise. Mbappe.
Samaan lu.
Look, movement creates more options, and that was really sharply done.
Mau dia apa-apain, padahal kakinya dia yang nyangkut ke Vanjik anjir. Apa gue yang pelanggaran?
It's anyone's ball now. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game
Nice.
here. Great ball if he can get there.
Anjir.
Olise could move up a gear here. Mbappe. Hernandez.
Body
With a
doang,
tough
coy,
tackle
coy,
there.
body doang, ya ampun. Capek bet main.
Keeper is right behind it.
The moans and groans are predictable. He felt compelled to try.
Apa pelanggaran?
Ruben Dias making good progress on the right-hand side.
Anjrit. Anjrit.
Oh, he's been caught napping. And Batistuta! And it's in! They've done it! It
Sekali
was
lagi
coming!
sih,
They
ya
have
Allah.
their reward!
Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, they deserve great credit for turning things around, but they'll now need the defensive resilience to equal that attacking flair.
Foot in.
Gampang banget kerebut ya.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
It's a mighty effort.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today.
And we have our very first corner. Keeper has taken decisive action.
Ada orang.
And now they can spring out of defence.
Ih, lama Jamal.
And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Rice. Musiala. Oh, that's a key interception. Gently done. Oh, played through for the wide man. Musiala. It's Saka. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Bellingham. And it's pulled back. And he's taking no chances there. McAllister.
Ya,
It's
tidak.
Batistuta.
Salah paham lagi.
Shot goal! A really close shave, and the last action of the first half. Well, the two sides have made this a pretty decent game so far. Both have contributed on the score sheet. There is a balance wherever you look. And we are up to the break.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one. Just enjoy it.
Substituição em campo. Camisa 13.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Camisa 20.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it.
Olise. Olise! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Temhaye.
Palmer could try cutting inside here. McAllister. And here's Batistuta. Musiala. Well, that has not gone well.
Ya.
Elise. Oh, easy pickings there. It's a pretty loose pass.
Ke belakang sih.
Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Rice. And here's Lewandowski. Mbappe. Driving forward. Still they trail, and time is ticking away. Played back. Olise. DiMarco.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Malah
Well,
kesamping.
it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on. Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product,
Sih,
and
ngoper salah
quickly.
mulu.
Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Hernandez. And he's picked out the run.
Anjir. Anjir.
And that could well leave a mark. And he's been shifted off. He's going for goal!
Ridelwis.
Oh, nice touch.
Anjir, kalah body, bro.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. DiMarco.
Anjir.
DiMarco is fouled. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. Hernandez. Now the finish! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Hernandez clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Alexander-Arnold plays it short.
Anjir, ngopernya malah ke situ.
Mbappe has been caught there. It's a foul. Hernandez.
Gila.
And he's made sure that's not getting through.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick.
Jauh. Buset, kaget
And
gua.
he's lifted it over.
Batistuta will have to accept some flack for that. Was anyone really expecting it?
Hernandez. Musiala. And here's Lewandowski. Oh, it's
Anjir.
come loose. And here's Saka. Bellingham. He's got plenty of space out wide here. And he's heaved it away. And smartly reclaimed. Olise producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Van Bouten. Ruben Dias. Still trailing here in this fight for their lives. Into desperation about it now, Jim.
A growing feeling of frustration here now, Peter, and time for the big characters to step up and be counted. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Alexander-Arnold.
Ah,
Just 5 minutes left. Lewandowski. Oh, can he get onto this?
ih.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Oh dear, less said about that pass the better. Shifted it to
Ah.
the flank.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Indicados 2 minutos de
Apaan sih kok
Oh,
situ?
shooting chance! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
It's their second corner of the game.
Oke.
Too much on it, and that's the keeper's. 2 minutes to be added on.
DiMarco.
Lama banget.
That's that.
Kalah
the end.
lagi guys.
Madrid
Oke
found it
nice.
all too
Kalah
much in
lagi.
the end.
Gua lagi
They came
baku
into the
nih,
day with
ampun.
one mission. It's a mission they could not fulfill.
Gila.
How would you sum up
Berarti
what
yang
we've
buat
witnessed,
menang ya?
Jim?
Well, I felt this was inevitable. You don't get to this point unless you
Aku
are poor
sedih.
consistently, and so it's proven. They were never in a good place from a confidence perspective, and I didn't really fancy their chances at any stage.
Ganti-ganti formasi cuman gimana ya? Back gue banyakin kali ya guys. Gacha lagi, gacha. Gacha ini sekali kali ya. Sekali coba guys, gacha ini guys, penasaran gua. Ah, tai, dapat main gak terkenal. Ah. Gue nyesel gua. Kiper Diego Costa. Ah, tai. Jelek anjir. Nggak mau yang ini ya, ini aja. Fokus ini guys, 3 kali gacha lagi. Muhammad Salah please. Oke, hijau guys, hijau. Iya, Alvarez. Lumayan, Alvarez guys. Alvarez, nice banget. Habisin. Hijau lagi guys, Muhammad Salah guys, Pedri, Ferran, nggak apa-apa. Siapa ini anjir? Ayo Z. Sekali lagi, habisin aja guys, Anjir, nggak dapet Muhammad Salah, suwe. Wih, anjir, ada kembang apinya guys, Salah, Ferran, lumayan. Ferran Torres, akhirnya dapet winger kanan, nice lah. Anjay, Salah nggak dapet. Mana Ferran? Bukan. Sayap kanan nih guys. Nice banget. 100 ya? 98. Oke, cadangin aja lah. Alvarez aja kita. Alvarez guys. 99. Bagus gak sih? Dribble akurat, sundulan 90. Wah, masih perusak. Melompat. Kekuatan tendangan, kontak fisik sama, stamina, menekel, agresif. Wah, bagus Ruben sih. Salah. Sepi amat nih, nggak ada yang ngechat apa guys? Anjir. Salah. Udah lama ya. Ronaldinho. Anjay, dia punya Ronaldinho, cok. Pengganti Lukaku namanya. banget anjir formasinya. Come on bro, come on bro, gue udah siap kalah nih.
So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped. Undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. And nobody in this atmosphere can hide from the truth about how much this game matters. The scene overflows with colour and passion. And as you can see, we've already started here.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Kimmich. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Up he goes!
Anjir, Ronaldo.
That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Julian Alvarez, Peter, is a player who I think is very intelligent with his movement. Often he plays in the number 10 position. He just drops that little bit deeper to suck defence.
Saka! Oh, the ball's run in for the pieces. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Oh, played through for the wide man. Ronaldinho. Oh, great play. Oh, smashing header. Just not quite happening for him just now.
This is proving to be a very good spell. The intensity is great, but they've got to make it count.
Musiala.
Lari.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Now there's a fight. Great chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? Maybe goalless, but it is not without interest.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
Now it's Haaland. Oh, right place, right time. Bellingham. Now that's well seen too. Has a look and plays it forward. Rice gets over and intercepts.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Keeper's got good distance on that. Van Dijk. Ruben Dias. Alvarez. Oh, played right. Oh, he's been caught napping. Oh, it just needed a better touch, and you could see his annoyance.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
Alexander-Arnold. Ferran Torres. Now it's Bellingham. For Musiala.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Ronaldinho. Real chance. Shapes to shoot.
Anjir. Bapuk banget nih gua.
Oh no, this does not look good. There's the shot.
Gitu dong.
There it is.
Elah.
It had to come.
Main di mana, Mas? Main di rumah, guys.
He had to have his say.
Main di rumah kita.
And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, it doesn't have to look spectacular. Why complicate simplicity?
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Boom!
Alvarez!
They've got to make this nice and quick. It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Dia ragu mau.
It's a really well measured ball. Ronaldinho. Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick.
Oh, di PC.
No surprise at all that this is the guy who's had such a positive impact.
Well, having that sort of player in your side is reassuring because the rest of the team knows he can make his influence count at any stage. It's simply part of his package. When he really wants to, this fella scores.
Oh, what a
Oh,
climb!
what the fuck?
Another header, but again the same outcome.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the service. They've just been very wasteful in the air.
Alexander-Arnold. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Ruben Dias. Can he spark a counter here? Musiala.
Nggak sopan lagi nyerang.
There's the half-time whistle. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Madrid head into the dressing room pleased with the thought that they have that all-important lead. Analysis to come during the break.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 20 será reemplazado por el
And the
dorsal
action
7,
is back on the way.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Bellingham, that's played into space. He's in a great position. Oh, terrible pass.
Anjir.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
Ferran Torres. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rice. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
He's in plenty of space here. Neither of these two want to come off second best. It's gone out for a throw-in. And they win it back again. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Now he's just misjudged that one. Haaland looks to get on the end of this. Still just a single goal between the sides. Oh, perfectly measured that. Real chance! It's
Ronaldo mau
Who's
diem.
going to get there? Bernardo Silva. Alexander-Arnold. Bernardo Silva. Van Dijk. It's Kimmich. Haaland. Barcola. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Ruben Dias kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Waduh.
It's a pretty loose pass. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Now it's Ferran Torres. Oh, good ball, and this can he finish? And here's the chance to counter. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Bellingham. Bellingham. Madrid perhaps contemplating their next change here. Saka. He is just caressing the ball. And he's picked it up out wide.
Ronaldo, aduh.
He's cut it out. Hernandez. So what can they make of this? Ruben Diaz gets across to intercept that. And here's Haaland. Van Dijk with the clearance. Bellingham. Kimmich. Bernardo
Aduh,
Silva.
malah ikut. Ini
Foden in acres of space out wide. Ah, he's given it. Now the finish! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Haaland. Musiala. Madrid have a free kick.
Tahanin ayo. Aduh. Kalah mulu sih. Aduh, Jamal capek. Jamal capek. Kudu diganti mah, Ferran juga capek, Ah, nggak ke bawah. Anjir, nggak ke bawah lagi.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact. DeMarco, and he was quick to react.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Saka has it out wide and in space. And he's gone backward here.
Boom. Boom.
He's had a shot!
Apaan sih Ronaldo malah ngoper?
1-0 as we head towards the end. Aims beyond the defence. In by DeMarco. Big chance!
Anjay.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
My God.
Now it's Lukaku. And it's Ronaldinho. And he's quick to snatch it back. Threads one in. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
Mbappe. That was always going to be the keepers.
Main 1-0 lah. Dari tadi kalah mulu. Kemenangan pertama, guys. Kemenangan pertama. Alhamdulillah.
Madrid have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes
Dari 200 pertandingan
preserved the
akhirnya
tightest of
sekali
leads.
menang.
Your final thoughts, Jim?
Yeah, clean sheets and hard grind will help you go places, and they have a resolve that'll envy many.
So just time for me to say thanks to...
Guys, please bantu like. Oh, thank you yang like udah 15. Guys, kalau misalkan yang like sampai 30, gue bakal top up lagi, guys. Kita gacha lagi.
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. It really is a sight to behold here as Spotify Camp Nou opens its arms to the Barcelona nation, 100,000 plus in unison. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. And he's intervened well there.
Yeah.
Can he latch on to this? Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Pires has got himself a free kick. Rodri. Messi going face to face with his great rival. Musiala does really well to win the ball there. Madrid are looking to break at pace. Ferran Torres.
Eh.
Shapes to shoot.
Nice.
They've scored.
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
It's a simple game. A striker's job is to find the space as often as possible, and he did exactly that.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Bellingham, he's picked his way through. Decent hit! Yes, it's there! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up. The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Defending of the desperate variety. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. And that's the end of that. It all started. Can he finish? It's in! Into the lead once more.
Well, I think there's a few trying to claim offside, but he looks to have been on. Yeah, he was on.
Madrid get themselves into the lead.
Ah,
Final ball not quite right, and his teammates are irritated at that. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Alvarez touches it back. Alvarez! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Well, that's been cut out. Well played. Bellingham. Ferran Torres. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Messi, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. And here's Suarez. It's Luis Suarez! And that wasn't far away.
Look, I'm sure he'll deny it, Peter, but the keeper didn't have that covered.
Alexander-Arnold. Bellingham. Bellingham.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Ferran Torres. And it's Luis Suarez. That is a great pick out. Perez! Hernandez. Alexander-Arnold. Now there, and the shot! No mistake! And that takes him up to 30. 30 goals for this side.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently, and he picked out the perfect target.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Listen, it's up to them now how they think about it from here, because for me it's crying out for them to force the issue.
Oh, super find. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Barcelona have a free kick. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Adams. Madrid are opting for an early change in personnel. They've decided against waiting until half-time. Adams cuts it out. Corner then. Madrid have their second corner now. Alexander-Arnold with the short one. Bellingham wins the duel this time. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Perez. Alexander-Arnold. It's Bellingham. Rice. Rice. Bellingham. Rice. Bellingham. Rice.
3 minutos de descuento.
Now it's Perez. Can he finish? We've got a goal! And right on half-time, that is telling.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Listen, goals change games, and that has changed the whole complexion of this one. They have the momentum now.
And the whistle goes for half-time. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half. Madrid hold a skinny lead after a thrilling half. Bring on the second half. It's 3-2. There's the start of the second half. Van Dijk. Ruben Dias. And Alexander-Arnold. Saka. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Corner number 3 coming up.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Ruben Dias. Van Dijk. Saka. It's Bellingham. Rice. For Musiala. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. In with the challenge. Adams did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Barcelona are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. No, that was never going to make it. Belletti.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Oh, that's fabulous.
Barcelona showing a little more urgency now, and to be honest, Peter, this is what's required.
They're coming again and again.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now. It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
The referee's awarded a free kick. We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Well, I suppose, Peter, in a tight game like this is as good a time as any to make a change.
Madrid perhaps contemplating their next change here. Madrid will have one further opportunity to make a substitution after this, their latest change. Now it's Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Madrid do have a chance to counter here. And they're back on the ball again. Now it's Griezmann. And here's Suarez. DiMarco for Rice. Bellingham. Musiala for Rice. Now DiMarco. Rice. Bellingham. Now it's Saka. Kante cuts out the pass. Griezmann. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Looks a foul. Yeah, quickly taken.
Barcelona really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it. Bellingham. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Saka. Musiala.
Footballing width usually identifies with running room, and we've just seen a prime example.
Barcelona could counter here. Oh, that's well spotted. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Madrid needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Alexander-Arnold. He's got away. Throw in.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 24, el dorsal 9, Luis Suárez. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 19, el dorsal 14. Cambio de jugadores.
And here's Saka. Alexander-Arnold. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Palmer!
Un minuto de descuento.
Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him.
Now it's Messi. He has found the way through. This might spell danger. Palmer. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Well, how will we look back on that?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans. Everyone pumped. Takes me back.
Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
This guy, Declan Rice, is a player I really rate. With him, you get exactly what it says on the box. A workhorse defensive midfielder who likes to stay in the deeper part of midfield.
Haaland! Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. White. Olise.
Oh, great feat, that.
Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Now, looking to orchestrate a counter. Moved on forwards. Brilliantly cut out. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Rice. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Shot a goal! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Messi is offering a Rice smile there.
And we have our very first corner. Keeper's dealt with that. Played out wide. Alexander-Arnold. Chance to shoot now. Big chance. And the keeper couldn't hold it. He's having a go. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And here's Bellingham. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's plain for all to see who has settled into this game with the greater superiority. Now for a goal.
Now that's well seen too. Vinicius Junior. Oh, easy pickings there. Davis. And here's the chance to counter. Mbappe providing an outlet on that flank. Bellingham. Modric. That's a nicely measured pass. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. That has ended up in no man's land. And the shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Bellingham. Saka. And now the breakaway. Oh, it's a searing run. He is a man on a mission. And he's intervened well there. And he's heaved it away. Oh, that's a key interception. Ruben Dias. Oh, it's inches away from being a really good ball. Davis. Saka. Haaland. Rice. And that is a little undercooked. Rice. Bellingham. And the pass is intercepted.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Brahim Diaz. Good spot, he's seen the run. Now it's Brahim Diaz. Always onto this. That's a shade optimistic. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Bellingham pinches it off him, and he welcomes it in. And he's in on... Oh, shooting chance! Goal! That couldn't have been a more potent injection of belief for this team. Top man, top drawer. Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
El dorsal 24.
Indonesia have fired themselves in front. Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down. Van Dijk. And it's Conte. Rice. Haaland! He scored! It had to come! It just had to come! He had to have his say! A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl. Yeah, and it's not a surprise to see him elect to shoot from there, considering how much movement can be generated on the ball. Great hit.
Un minuto de descuento.
Madrid grab the equaliser, and we're all square. Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after score. Can he put it away? It's in! That was easy, almost too easy. That's just a great finish, but it's down to very clever movement. You can see this has been obviously worked on the training ground. He knew exactly where he wanted the ball, and...
Thanks, new subscribers.
Cambio de jugadores.
And the half-time whistle goes. Madrid come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. The midway point of the game. Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed, goals, comebacks, and the match being turned on its head. Which way it's going to go from here, it's anyone's guess. Madrid leading by one in a finely poised game. It is intriguing to watch and could easily go either way. And the game has already resumed here. Bruno Fernandes gets across to intercept that. Eder Militao getting this one clear. Rice. Saka cuts out the pass. Ruben Dias. Alexander-Arnold. Conte, always on the lookout for any signs of danger. Now, can he find a finish? Saka. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Has a goal! It's fallen kindly here. They've done it! They've done it again! It is incredible! Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage. Fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time. Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky. It'll come your way. And very quickly, the substitute made his mark. That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub. So all square, and not for the first time. Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing. Bellingham. Messi. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Oh, Red, nice interception. Oh, that's well spotted. Rice. Rice. Out to the right. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Great defending, strong and determined. Alexander-Arnold. For Rice. Bellingham. That looks a good ball through. He has found the way through. And they've got rid. And no, that was never going to make it. Now it's Martinez. Madrid can breathe again. Just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Oh, no joy this time. Alexander-Arnold. Rice. Messi. Bellingham. It's a pretty loose pass. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. That pass has been well intercepted. Looking for the run. That's a nicely measured pass. Real chance! And he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. So a couple of front-footed alterations here, a pair of forwards entering the field.
Well, it looks like he's playing his trump card. That'll inject a lot of energy up front.
Martinez. Shot. Decent hit!
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Rice. Messi. Eder Militao does really well to win the ball there.
That's going in strongly.
Bellingham. Conte. Beckham. Oh, this is a terrific run. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. No, he's not getting his way this time. Bellingham. Driving forward. Oh, well played. Bastoni tries to clear. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Bit too much weight on the pass.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for...
Great chance! Rice looking to add to his goal. Van Dijk deals with that comfortably. And that's been won straight back. Threads one in. Well timed, excellent interception. The message is simple, defend this with your lives. He's had a hit!
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Lewandowski. He's had it taken off him. Beckham. De Bruyne pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. White is one whose deliveries we all know about. Beckham. And that will be the final act. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Rice voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
Se podrán ver en el marcador.